You know, one of the biggest feuds in Canadian comedy history had all a fictional approach with a little bit of nonfiction. Now, we know Conkey hated Ricky, and he would torture Ricky because Ricky hated Conkey. That ended up, Julian eventually blew his head off in that famous Trailer Park Boys episode. But he would get under Ricky's skin by calling him the man they call Reveen. And if you're an American or a person who doesn't know about Reveen, when this skit occurred, everybody was saying, you know, either you really, really get it or you don't get it. But who was Reveen? The grand illusionist. The man they call Reveen. You can't say the word in Canada without saying the man they call Reveen. Now, the person in question is not even Canadian. He's a native of Adelaide, Australia, who got his big start in Canada and had his biggest fans in my side of Canada, the Atlantic provinces. Now, Peter Reveen, born Peter Justin Reveen, was an Australian illusionist and hypnotist who performed mainly in Canada, and in particular in Atlantic Canada. He would do like the normal tour, Moncton, St. John, Batters, sometimes Woodstock, sometimes Frankton. Now, born in Adelaide, he traveled to the U.S. in January 1961, landing in Honolulu. From there, he took a boat ride to San Fran, California, and purchased a Greyhound bus ticket to Vancouver, BC. Reveen was granted a 6-month visitor's visa on the 16th of March 1961. He's only, 25 years old. Now, he decided to begin his career in the beautiful town of Chilliwack, BC, booking himself to local community halls and legions, calling himself Reveen the Impossibilist. To promote his shows, Reveen offered complimentary tickets to all businesses willing to put a poster in a storefront window. In many towns, he also offered local radio stations a percentage of ticket sales in exchange for advertising. In 1962, the man they call Reveen was given the opportunity to perform in a movie house, and his career took off. He toured extensively through Canada and the States for 35 years, eventually performing for over a unique 6 million people. In September 2007, he came to retirement for a mini tour of Atlantic Canada called The Return to Reveen. Of course, his son is keeping it on, Tyrone. Now, Reveen was one of the founding members of the Magic Castle in LA, California, and in 1987 wrote the book The Superconscious World. In 2000, he won the Dragon Award, an annual award given to magicians who excel in drama, romance, artistry, glamour, originality, and necromancy. Now, his shows were a unique combination of audience participation, and he would make the audience do something, different things, playing the violin, bark like a dog, do activities, fall in love, whatever, under hypnosis. Now, it did work for the majority of the audience. It would usually be a 500 to 700 seater, like a movie theater, and the shows were just outstanding. Because Reveen, from far away, kind of looked like Anton LaVey from the Satanic Church, but a very handsome guy, the puff of hair, a little bit of gray in the hair, tremendous performer. Now, I've had family members that have gone to his shows, and he still can't believe how he did it. Now, Reveen's aspect of getting it done is much more like audience participation. It's like what Amazing Kreskin, actually Amazing Kreskin and Reveen kind of started the spiritual or the magical movement across Canada in the 1970s on TV. The Amazing Kreskin was there, even though he's American. He shows on syndicated in film from Canada. Reveen would also do what he call motivational records, losing weight, to quit smoking, and you can see the audio versions of these on YouTube. Now, ironically, I don't know if there's many versions of his full show. I don't know if it was even taped. But it would be something to go to a show, because no matter what's going to happen, there was something going to happen. Like, it's amazing. Now, unfortunately, in 2013, after a long illness from diabetes and dementia, he passed away, and of course his son took up the mantle from 2013 on. Now, Reveen was married to Coral Reveen, who died on August 23rd, 2023. Together they had 4 sons. From oldest to youngest, there are Wayne, Tyrone, Calvin, and Peter Jr. Peter Jr. is best known as a former guitar player for the now defunct American hard rock band Salty Dog. Now, samples from his self-hypnosis LPs, including Relax with Reveen, Study and Concentrate with Reveen, and Stop Smoking, Stop Overeating with Reveen, feature on some modern electronic music, such as the Lemon Jelly track Nervous Tension and Bonobo track Shadow Tricks. Now, Trailer Park's boy's character Rickley is occasionally called Reveen to Rocky's displeasure due to her dubious physical appearance. Of course, Conky hates Reveen. Now, Reveen appears to be the basis for a Saturday Night Live parody commercial about a hypnotist who gets audience members exiting the theater to robotically drone. I loved it. It was much better than Cats. I'm going to see it again and again, to a reporter. And that's what he used to do with the ads. You can see the 30-minute plugs. Now, in the episode of the Canadian sketch comedy program The Home Show, there is a sketch featuring Romain Daniel as a stage hypnotist called Crevasse the Impossibilist. Crevasse is similar to Reveen and its opponent on the name Reveen. Now, during his May 2009 Late Show with David Letterman appearance, comedian Norm Macdonald revealed he went to one of Reveen shows as a teenager. Now, in December 2009, IBM Ring 257 named Reveen the 2009 of what he called Magician of the Year. Now, his stage shows in the Atlantic provinces, I think it was started from mid 1960s, and he's passing away at the age of 77. It was a big loss for everybody. Now, now Ralph Craig of Moncton, according to his obituary, he served as Reveen's Canadian tour manager. He says they became good friends from the time they first met in the 60s. He says Reveen always loved Atlantic Canada. He would always tell me it didn't matter what stage that he walked out in Atlantic Canada, and he did it for many, many years. He always felt the love from the people. Now, the Reveen takeover is called The Next Generation. But ladies and gentlemen, part of growing up in the Maritimes, you had Hockey Night in Canada on Saturday nights. You had the soap operas during the day. You had nighttime soap operas in Beretta and, Hill Street Blues and all that. But going to see Reveen on a Friday night or even a Saturday night, it was just an amazing combination. Because the biggest cultural aspects of New Brunswick in the 70s, 80s were the discos, Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling, and Reveen. And just like the wrestlers, Reveen would tour quite a bit. I think he would do like a 3-month to a 4-month circuit. He would come back, and like I said, these prices weren't too bad. But it would always seem to be a typical person that's susceptible to hypnosis. Hypnosis is the type of thing. If you feel you could be put under, you're going to be put under. And Reveen, again, a very, very dramatic guy, and just like the amazing Kreskin, his presentation was outstanding. Now, if you ever wondering why most Maritimers like him so much, is like this, ladies and gentlemen, he was one of us, his adopted son. Easily, he could have been probably the most popular non-Canadian in Canadian history across Canada for what he did, because we adopted him. Maybe the American actors on SCTV were just as popular, but Reveen just tremendous. And Trailer Park Boys, when I saw that scene, the man they call Reveen, boys, what a time that was, what a joke it was. So, Reveen, we miss your brother. You're probably in the astral plane saying, Jeffrey, go do a podcast on me. I command it. And here it is for your brother. I can feel your presence tonight, and I can still see some locations like Bathurst and Campbellton where, the people basically claim, you never put me under, you were put under, brother. That's the famous joke. So Reveen the Impossibilist, that's our little tribute. If you like what you're doing here, we're the vintage New Brunswick and Nova Scotia podcast of cultural history. Let us know what I like, comment, subscribe, or share.